Hello. This is Shingo Katayama. Today, about forward leaning. I have so many questions about forward leaning, so I will talk about it. Forward leaning. As often is the case, someone may be lost. I think someone may not know what is the correct position. I think that you somehow hold the club. You somehow hold it in position. And a lot of people somehow swing. On my YouTube, I often talk about how preparation before hitting the ball is very important. I talk about grip is the most important part of the preparation before hitting the ball. Next to the grip, the forward lean is also important. How do you lean forward correctly? How can you lean forward that works for you? I'll talk about it. About leaning forward. Now I am not leaning forward at all. I'm look like stand at attention. To forward lean, you're not thinking about the club at first. At first, feet should be shoulder width apart. Once they are shoulder width apart, it's lower hip bone. This is the lower side of hip bone, and put the shaft along lower side of hip bone like this. Many of you have seen me do this scene at tournaments. I put it slightly below my waist, about 2 inches below the waist. Base of the hip joint. Put the shaft. Press the applied shaft with both hands, and push it as far back as possible without bending the knees. Having done that, your knees will be extended. It was easier to understand with having done that. In this way, the knees are straightened. From this position, bend your knees. Without gripping the club once. Hands in this position. The position where it's slack and relaxed and hanging down. This is the most natural position. This is important. Many people cannot take this correct position. Many people are in this situation. This position is that cannot using waist at all. The hands have gone up too. This condition is more common in amateurs. In this condition, it is difficult to move. It is also difficult to turn. So, put the shaft under the waist like this, and push it backwards to the limit, like this. From that knees extended, bend the knee little. And then, hands as they are, naturally. The position of the hands, relaxed and drooping. The correct distance between the club and the body, and correct angle of forward lean. Look like this. This is important. At first, your hip bone back without bending your knees. And then bend the knees. Many amateurs grip the club after bend their knees. Without getting the correct hip-bone position. Bend your knees first, and hold the club. There are so many people like this. This makes it impossible to use the legs at all. The body does not rotate either. So, at first, you have to push hip bone. And then bend the knees, and the position of the hands. Into powered, in a position that does not defy gravity. Hold the club. By holding the club in this order, the distance between the club and the body is stabilized, and the forward leaning is also correct. Please try it.